here and welcome to today's video. And I had planned to get out at least 3 videos today. This one's going out a little later than I had intended, and then I also have another one that I'm gonna film tonight. I was, like I said, planning to do a third one, and that one didn't work out, so it is what it is. And then there's another one going live tomorrow for Halloween, which is already today because it's 12 a.m. Hi, happy Halloween. If you're wondering what all these little rocks covered in white stuff is, it's clay. And if you would like to see the purpose of what these rocks mean, you can go ahead and check out my TikTok. But these specifically are for the trick-or-treaters. It's going to be a nice little social distance kind of way that they can trick-or-treat. I'm going to leave them out, put little lollipops behind them, and I just think it's such a cute little idea, and I hope that they enjoy them. So they can go and just like pick one up and they're off. My hair is like super scrunched up and curly right now. Looks way shorter than it is. So we're just rolling with it. And today's been kind of a slow day, but we are gonna get these videos out. Because Halloween is tomorrow and it comes so fast and then it goes away. So sadly, the Halloween videos are going to be coming to an end, but hopefully, you guys enjoy the content that I did put out. And yeah, so today's video is, like I said, or like I didn't say, I don't know if I've said it, gonna be a movie review, reaction, thoughts and stuff. So I don't know if many of you have watched this, but for those who have, I watched a 90th the other day, and I have some thoughts. I have lots of thoughts. So this movie, the way it was shown in the trailers, was supposed to be a driver, like an Uber driver, who takes 2 girls around town and they're vampires, and he realizes that they're vampires, and that was basically it. So I was like, okay, super cool. Debbie Ryan's in it, so I'm like, I might actually really like this movie. So I put it on the other day. It's on Netflix, and it started off very interesting. They It's Debbie Ryan narrating, and she says basically that um like the history of vampires, which is something that like is quite obvious, they were hunted and this and that. But then she was like, they made a truce with Boyle Heights, like the city, and the way she said it was just like, no one fought harder than Boyle Heights. And I'm like, what on earth is going on here? Which, like, it was really intriguing to me as someone who is very familiar with Boyle Heights. I'm just like, okay, where are we going with this? And so basically, she was like, they ended up forming a truce with the vampires. The vampires weren't allowed in without permission. And so they can't break that. Basically, it was the whole Twilight thing. They can't, like, break the rules and cross over because then they will be hunted. And basically, like, I guess they roam free everywhere else, but there's like rules where they can only feed in certain places and they're not allowed to kill people. They only, like, they have certain like places for them to go up and like drink, and they have human volunteers, and it's just like, I don't know, it just was like, all right then. Like, it was kind of like, have you guys seen Being Human? Like, Being Human had like those one it has those like feeding like rooms that you can like rent and go to, and like that's basically what it was. But one vampire in particular chose to go into Boyle Heights without permission, and he wanted to basically stop the treaty, and he wanted to basically be in charge. And he sends his 2 girls, who one is his girlfriend, one's the girlfriend's best friend, that work with him very closely, to basically kill all of like the vampires like connections to like the whole organization. to make sure that everything is in order. And then basically he will like kill the main person who's in charge of like keeping everything in control in Boyle Heights. And so the girls end up uh, scheduling a drive with um, the guy who is in charge because it is his driving company. But it ends up being his brother, which is the one who ends up driving them around. And then he realizes they're vampires, and then they get into a whole mess of trouble and things, and it's crazy. And I'm like, I'm following, but I'm just like, how is this a movie? Because the concept is just like the for me, like, the plot made sense, but the concept that they surrounded it with did not make sense at all. Like, why on earth are there vampires trying to take over Boyle Heights? Like, I do not understand. Um, and like, if it was just like vampires trying to like cut down the social hierarchy of like everyone that controlled the vampires and everything, I would have understood that. But I don't know. There was just something where it was just like that didn't go. Maybe I'm holding on to that too much. I don't know. But yeah, so they go to all the different places. The guy catches on, and basically the girls kind of hold him hostage and say, "You still gotta take us to these places, and you gotta take us to your brother because we gotta talk with him." And it's clear they're gonna kill him, but the guy's like back and forth and everything. And then he ends up falling in love with one of the vampires, and then he like helps them out because he loves her. And I'm just like, where is your brain at? Like, there's moments when you like understand that like the girl doesn't want to be in this situation, she's just helping out her friend. But then there's moments where I'm like, I don't understand what this guy is doing. Like, she like there's moments when she like seems like she cares, and there's moments like she seems like she doesn't. And like, I get the whole like, okay, you have sympathy and you care about her because she doesn't seem to be like one that fits in this whole scenario. But like, you helping kill people and helping them basically kill people, like, that doesn't make sense. Like, couldn't you have like figured out a different way? Maybe more scenes like were, or maybe earlier, like he should have talked to her and figured that out earlier, and they could have worked together. Like, I don't know. Like, it just was like, oops, I am not really buying this. And why is he just following along and not even like them telling him things? He's just like doing it. So yeah, that was weird and interesting. And then his brother, like, there he goes and he's trying to kill the vampires, and then he catches on and he sees that his brother's there, but he doesn't know his brother is helping them out. He just thinks that they're holding him captive. And it just like, I don't know, I kind of wanted a moment where it was like he betrayed him, because that would have been like the best thing in that scenario. I feel like that would have drove the plot more forward, because I don't know, it just felt like if he's doing this, then might as well get mad at him for it and have him like be betrayed by his own brother. Like, there has to be maybe some more motive as to what he's doing. But there wasn't, other than he just liked the girl. So people do crazy things when they fall in love. Um, so yeah, that was basically it. And then at the end, uh, they basically kill everyone that they need to. They go to the main guy's house, the main vampire, I mean. And for some reason, like, the tag on my shirt is really bothering me. And then the brother ends up being captured there. His girlfriend, who was captured in the beginning, because the main vampire got him because he wanted him to basically like stand down, and he didn't. That girl ended up dying. He ends up being like restrained, like and somehow like they're drinking his blood that way. I don't know if like they have like all these dead people like with their strains, and like there's tubes coming out, so I assume it's like going somewhere. And so yeah, the girl who loves him basically like fights for him in the end, and the other girl is just like she's on her boyfriend's side, and the other girl's like, well, he helped us, and then she was like, well, I don't care. um and so then basically the the, the brother ends the driver the this is confusing. The guy that ends up driving them around, he ends up like breaking a window, and there's sunlight that kills one of the vampires, and the brother of the guy ends up like his last like hurrah in like doing anything because he's chained up, ends up like pushing the other guy, the main vampire guy, and he ends up dying. So he pushes him into the sunlight. The other girl, she got stabbed by like this magical weapon that they have to kill them, and yet she was fine. But the other girl was like dying before. I don't know. And she ended up in the shadows, so she was fine. And the guy was basically like dying. The guy who was chained up, I thought he was dead. He wasn't, and I think she turned um the guy who was driving them around, and then it wasn't I wasn't sure about it because he like there was a scene after where he was alive, and then the brother was alive too. I don't know how he got out of it. And he put his hand in the sunlight and nothing. But then like at the end it showed like he could hear like people's heartbeats and their pulse, and like I guess he craved blood. I don't know. And then he ended up being with the other girl, and I don't know how he found out where the other girl was because he just kind of like woke up in his room after everything. So I don't even know how she got him back to the room, if like maybe it had to be afterwards. And then the brother, I don't know how he got out. It just was like, what on earth is happening? um and then the brother, I guess, says his final goodbyes to his other brother. And the guy in charge of everything, he tells his brother, he's like, basically, you know, don't forget where you came from. But I guess he knows his brother's a vampire, but he's okay with it. So, but his brother has to leave. So I don't know. But then he was back at school before he left. So why go back to school? And how were you doing school if you can't go out during the day? I don't know. But that was like pretty much the movie, and I just like didn't I didn't vibe well with it. I was just like, it just could have been done better. The fight scenes were kind of cool, but like the concept could have been, I guess, more thought out. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. I was okay with it. It was a decent movie. Um, it was cute in some aspects, which is like weird to say. I don't know. And then I just I hate when a concept is supposed to be something, and then it ends up triggering feelings that it's not supposed to. But like I just don't feel like I should have like left this movie feeling like it was a romance movie, because it was a little bit more than that. And I just felt like it was just like a cheesy romance movie. So yeah, a cheesy romance movie that wasn't done well, and there was vampires in Boyle Heights. That was just like basically it. So yeah, I just felt like there could have been more that I could have gotten out of it. But that's just my opinion. Those are just my opinions. I don't know. If you guys watch it, I hope that you feel better about it. I feel like it was just like one of those movies that they put on Netflix, but like because of social distancing and like COVID and everything, they're like putting a lot of movies out that way. So I don't know if it would have been released in theaters. So yeah. But that's it for this review. Thank you guys so much for watching. these are the lollipops. There's clay in there, so I just wanted to address that that is also behind me, and I have to finish these ghosts for tomorrow. And film my other video for you guys. So busy night ahead, but it's Halloween. We're gonna keep the vibe going. I'm gonna watch a movie, and then we get to dress up tomorrow. So even if you guys are staying home, I hope that you guys are being safe and having fun and figuring out what to do. If you guys are going out, stay safe. But that's basically it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see y'all real soon. Bye.